Michael out first.
Good evening everybody and welcome back to F1 on FTRL. It is round 12 of season 16 and here we are at a very wet Gilles Villeneuve circuit in Canada as Div 1 roars back to life. And we are now very much at the business end of this title battle. Here we are then at a very popular circuit. The Gilles Villeneuve circuit in Canada always provides great racing and is often a driver's favourite. And let's see how they get on tonight then. So joining me on comms as ever, Mr. Max Def. Good evening, Max.
Lee, how are you, buddy?
Very well, yourself?
I'm very good. Looking forward to see what Adam Mako as the first driver out is going to do on his quali lap.
Yep, so we'll go on board with him then. And you can see everybody on the wet tyres at the moment. It is a soaking wet circuit and crosses the start-finish line down into turn 1. Fixes nicely. Tries to stay away from the curbs, of course, in the wet conditions. Oh, a bit of oversteer there as he tries to get the power down. Back end just flicks out. Now short blast up to turn 3. Plenty of curb on the right hand side. Out to the wall. Short then blast through the S section, all tight and narrow down to the next chicane. Just brushes the curb. Now got to wait to get the power down. Trying to escape, but neat and tidy from Adam Mako so far. Blast up what will be a DRS straight in the dry. Of course, very wet at the moment. Plenty of curb there through the chicane. A little bit of a drift there as he tries to get the power down. We now head down towards the hairpin. Good overtaking opportunity. All the way down to second gear there. Obviously wants to minimise the wheel spin on exit. You can hear the car struggling as he tries to get the power down. And on to the back straight. This again would be a DRS zone if it was dry. And coming down to the very tricky final chicane. We've got to be aggressive, but it's very easy to validate laps here. Plenty of curb on the inside, gets a nice lap there, avoids the wall of champions, and he will cross the line. And our first flying lap is 120.9 from Adam Mako. So that is the first benchmark. Who is going to be the next one to cross the line? It's Oxox, who 20.6. We have a rare treat tonight, a full grid, so this is bound to be an exciting one. There's 20 of the best that FTRL has to offer on the grid. The Lynx goes into P3, and here comes Uncle Ben's Rice. And so Chicken goes P4, 29.2. That's a slightly pedestrian lap, I'm not going to lie. 23.2 from Uncle Ben's Rice's Dutch Tricks goes 20.3, so he now takes over as provisional pole. Comes Matt Tibos, Adam Mako ahead of CR7, who's now P5. The line Matt Tibos goes second. 20.3 as well. So Matt Tibos again demonstrating excellent one-lap pace. Funky Foxer making his debut tonight. He's P7. He gets knocked down in a position by Abe Khan, who goes P4. Star of the last round, of course, where we had a wet finish last time out in Singapore. And Abe Khan, who started down the back, started on the hard tyres, ran so deep into the race. Me and Max were saying, pit, for God's sake, just pit, get off those tyres. Having led the race after the safety car came out, he persisted as long as he could, and then the rain fell, and he ended up second on track. He ended up P4 because he picked up a penalty. But still an outstanding drive from him. He has a bit of a drift there through the... and again there as he tries to get the power down. Now what you might see in these conditions, of course, is the drivers doing multiple laps on their tyres, because they are not obliged to start on the tyres that they qualify on in wet conditions. Dutch Tricks coming around again. Currently the provisional pole sitter out of the final corner. Does he improve? The answer is he does not. 22 seconds. I think he's probably just done a battery recharge on that one, so he'll now be going for another flying lap. So the current running order then, Dutch Tricks on provisional pole with Matt Tibos alongside him, Oxox in third with Ayob Khan, then Link Sway, Adamako, Funky Fox, Tom Deval, Graham, the two Renaults sharing the fifth row. CR7, who is probably cursing the wet weather because he has been setting blistering times in practice. A lot of people were eyeing him up for the win if it was dry. The question is now, can he pull something out in the wet conditions? As Oxox goes fastest to the 20.0, that is a very quick lap.
Times are going down.
Now, we've got Funky Chicken in the pits on the intermediate tyre at the moment. Now, does that mean we are going to start to see the track drying up? Still looks wet's the way to go at the moment. Sway now pops himself up to P4. Dylan into P6. Callboy up in P8 as well, so yeah, some drivers getting themselves in amongst it in these tricky conditions. You've got to feel your way around the track in the wet, know when to put the power down. It's so easy to lose the car in these conditions. And Oxox is the man who heads the field. As he rounds the hairpin now, will he be doing another lap? I've not seen his split time, not been watching his split times to be honest, so I don't know if he's going quicker this time. Probably not. I think he might be pitting this time. But yeah, he's got a few white lights, so he'll be straight up at the end, and into the pits he comes. Lennon has invalidated his lap, so he will be going again. Wesker is on his third lap, but again invalidating. So he's with track limits here. Yeah, so a few drivers now looking at the intermediate tyres.
Matibos going on a wet again. Link's going P2.
So Link's then pops himself onto the provisional front row with, how long have we got left? We've got 9.5 minutes to go. Lennon in the chat saying, "Rain, rain, go away." So Lennon wants a dry track, unfortunately. He's not got a CR7 now, pops himself just 6,000 short, so he's been setting blistering times in the dry, and now he's found a very quick lap in the wet as well to just split Links and Oxox. A number of drivers now are coming out on the intermediate tyres, or sat in the pits on the intermediate tyres. We've got Dutch Tricks is the first one then who is ventured out. Currently down in P4. Of course, Dutch had a very up and down race last time out at Singapore. Qualified a little bit lower than he probably expected. Was having a reasonable race. Then picked himself up a drive-through penalty under the safety car for speeding. So that dropped him all the way down to P14. And as he was fighting back, the rain came and he got the benefit of pitting early and made his way back up to P5 at the flag. So in the end, it worked out quite nicely for Dutch Tricks. Claw back a couple more points on Tico, which means that those two are separated by just 2 points with 4 races to go, this being the first of them. And we've still got Monza, Suzuka and Mexico to come.
Yeah.
So here then goes Dutch Tricks, then the first flying lap on the intermediates. Let's see how he gets on. Evening, Michael. Lennon just confirming he has tested his brakes. So a little bit of a Alfa Romeo front wing appears in the foreground there. Dutch Tricks is up by nearly 0.4 of a second in the first sector alone, so the intermediates seem to be the tyre. That is drying. And the evil Chris looks to have lost a wing plate ahead of him. So he hopefully won't hold at the shop. He's coming down to the end of sector 2. Wesker's now gone P4. Dutch is now a whole full second up in the second split point. So, yep, the intermediates are now the tyres to be on. So expect to see everybody out. And the lap times are going to start dropping. This one will be into the 19s, possibly into the 18s, in fact.
Yeah, looking quick.
It's found a whole second in the first 2 sections of the lap. What can he do in the final part? Might be getting a little bit of a slip through there from Evil Chris, who peels off into the pit lane. Does he invalidate? No, he doesn't.
Oh, yeah. That's really good.
Out of the final quarter, sprint to the line. We're going to be in the 18s here, 85.1.7 seconds quicker. So you can see the track is starting to dry. And now we're going to see lap time start to tumble in the next 6.5 minutes.
Oxox down 0.7. Up 0.7, sorry.
So that'll put him into the 19s, and he'll need to find quite a bit more time as Ayub Khan goes second on an 18.8. What can Ox find in the middle part of the lap? Final sector, sprint to the line. Stays third, 18.9. So he did find some time in the final sector, but stays in third position. What have we got coming around then? Sway has invalidated. Here comes Dylan. Into the final chicane. Gets through there nicely. Stays off the curb, out of the wall as well. Now drives to the line as Abe Cotton, who was at Tika, gone fourth, and Dylan straight away dispossesses him. Up to P4 for him, 19.0.
Good lap time from Dylan.
Yeah, very solid pace. Shown flashes since he's been in FTRL, not quite delivered on it just yet. Maybe this will be his time. Now let's pick up CR7 then. Winner last time out in Singapore. Indeed, oh, brushes the wall at turn 4. But is still 0.35 up in the first sector. Has he got his wing intact? That's the question. It looks like he just bounced off it with his tyres, so wing still appears to be intact. He's got away with that one. Chicane. Oh, big twitches under acceleration. Then comes the end of sector 2, and he is up by nearly a second. He's on for a 19.0. Ox now takes back over at the top with an 18.1.
Jesus.
So Ox has got himself dialed in tonight. And been the fastest man on the wet tyre. Has now popped himself back into provisional pole. Well, with CR7 though, he was 9/10 up in the middle part of the lap. What can he find in the final sector? Just the final chicane to go. Aces that nicely, using a little bit more runoff there when we saw from Dylan. And CR7 goes second at 18.4, but that's still 3/10 down. So Ox really has got himself dialed in these wet conditions. Of course, I think we had a wet qualifying in Abu Dhabi, didn't we? Did we? I have a feeling it was intermediate weather in Abu Dhabi as well when Ox got to pole. Might be wrong. Lynx, however, knocks him off the front row. So Lynx is enjoying these conditions now as well. He's onto the provisional front row. Dutch now bound to P4. Funky Chicken, just saying, I'm using no assists, including no line, and I never drove wet Canada, so I have no clue where to brake. Well, this is going to be a fun experience for you.
Funkychicken.com.
Indeed, he is down in P17 at the moment. Still waiting for Evil Chris and Lennon to set a lap time into the final 3.5 minutes. Lennon sat in the pits. Evil Chris is on track. Saw him lose a bit of wing earlier, so
the tricks left on P4 will improve.
Yeah, that's where he started last week. Funky Vox up behind him in P5 as well. He's making his debut. Callboy has just gone P7. So Callboy enjoying these conditions. Evil Chris got through the final chicane nicely. And now it is a drive to the line. It's going to be a quick lap. He's gone second. On an 18.1, so Evil Chris has found some speed. Finally gets the lap hooked up. And is on the front row of the grid. 3 minutes to go. Current running order then. Ox on provisional pole with Evil Chris alongside him. Lynx and CR7 on the second row. Dutch Tricks and Funky Fox on the third. Abe Khan and Corway and all Ferrari fourth row. Then Dylan and Tico rounding out the top 10. Wesker, Matt Tibos, Sway, Adam Acko, Tom Deval, Graham, Dan Morris, Funky Chicken, Uncle Ben's Rice and Ledden. Still to set a lap time. He's too busy in the chat, I think. Matt in the chat, wishing you a really good luck. Well, obviously we're getting a wet qualifying, but are we going to get a wet race is the next question, as Tom Deval now goes 5th. So the Renault man jumps up from the lower teens into the top 5. Dutch Tricks now starting another lap. Now down to P6, he's on the third row of the grid. Talking himself down in the chat earlier, Wesker goes fastest into the 17s. 17.9. Adamaka goes fourth. The track's definitely drying, I think. Oh, Dutch has a big kick. The Callboy's gone fourth. So the lap time is now starting to tumble. Evil Chris goes fastest. So Evil Chris has suddenly found himself on provisional pole. Less than 2 minutes to go. I think this is going to change quite a lot before the end of this session. Dutch Trixton, where is he in the second sector? Coming to the split point. How is he doing? The answer is he is up by nearly 6/10 of a second. This could put him on the front row of the grid. It's going to be close. What can he do in the final sector?
Close. Needle slide. Gotta survive that last 2 turns.
Oh, he just moved up there. Somebody just moved up the order. I think it might have been Dutch Trix is now 10th. Oh, big slide out the final corner. Caught it though. Does he improve? He goes fastest. Despite that huge slide out the final corner, Dutch Trix takes the provisional pole back. You just moved up there. Tico's gone P5 with that effort. 18-1.
40 seconds to go.
This order changing all the time. Lynx was second a minute ago. He's now 9th. Oxox has just gone 5th.
It's 1/10 up.
I think it was Oxox who just moved. Somebody moved up the order. I wasn't sure who it was.
Corboy? No.
No, Corboy's coming out the pits, but I don't think he's going to get another lap in. So he's pulled over to the side. So it's his session done. Here comes Wesker. It was a charging lap, so he's going to go for one more flyer.
0.157 up, 147 up.
Dutch is 0.015 up. He's down in sector 2 though. So the order chopping and changing. Where is everybody? Oh, Evil Chris is invalidated, so he will not be improving. Funky Fox has finished, so he's P12. I think that P13 as Graham just jumps ahead of him at the very death there. Who just moved up the order? Abe Khan.
Oxox P2.
Oxox goes P2. So Dutch has been knocked off the front row again, and he's invalidated his final run.
Oh no.
Evil Chris is invalidated as well. Here comes Wesker. He's invalidated, so he's not going to improve. Tico to the line. Goes up to P4.
P7. Oh, P4, yeah. That's better.
So joins Dutch on the second row. Who is still on a lap. Dan Morris is coming around.
No, he's coming around.
CR7, who's currently down in P13. In fact, Tibos goes fastest.
Jesus!
Here comes CR7. He goes only P8. Oh, somebody's in the wall at the background. Who's still coming around? Adamaka is done. Callboy is done.
Dylan, P9.
And goes P9. And I think that's it then. We've just got Adamaka who... Yeah, Adamako's done. So that's it then. So Matt Tibos takes pole position in the dying seconds of qualifying from Abe Khan. So what a front row that is. Oxox and Dutch Trix on the second row. Tico on the third. Rest in peace, my whole race. That may have been So there we have it. Matt Tibos on pole by 0.5 of a second from Abe Khan with that last gasp effort. Oxox on the third row in that mix all session. Dutch Trix there ends up just 0.2 off pole, but in P4. Tico and Evil Chris on the third row. Good qualifying from Evil Chris there. Wesker 7th with CR7 down in P8 there. I think he would have been hoping to be on the front couple of rows. And Dylan and Callboy rounding out the top 10. With Tom, Dan Morris, Adamako, Lynx, Graham, Funky Fox, Lennon, Uncle Ben's Rice, Sway and Funky Chicken rounding out the runners in qualifying then. So, slightly mixed up order.
Yeah.
We saw last week that transpired into a very interesting race. With track limits here at Canada, and we've got a sprinkle of rain for the start of the race as well. So, intermediate, well, it looks like intermediate weather. That doesn't look like heavy rain. However, there's some black clouds overhead, so it's been interesting to see how this pans out.
Lee.
Hello.
Go for it.
What? Take my guess for podium?
Exactly.
I fancy Abe Khan to win. I think Abe Khan's going to win this one. I think Ox will be second. And I think that Dutch will be third.
Yeah, I've got almost the same. I would say Tico first, Abe Khan second, and Ox number 3.
Yeah, that's so. A jump into leader is Max's pick. So we count down to the start of round 12 of what's been a absolutely fantastic season, and we are on for a grandstand finish, just 2 points between the top 2 in the standings. The gap continues to close. We've also got a great battle for P3 going on between Adamako, Wesker, and Lynx has also thrown himself into contention after his P3 last time out. The drivers then setting off on their starting lap, and unless I'm very much mistaken, they're on dry tyres.
Jesus.
Interesting. So then Matt Tibos is on pole position then on the medium tyre. Abe Khan alongside him, he too is on the medium tyre.
On medium and stuff.
Ox on the medium tyre as well, so clearly the rain is going to go away. Or maybe it's not, you know, obviously it is only that's spitting with rain, it's not heavy rain, and obviously the race director will tell the drivers what the weather's going to be doing, so exactly. That would suggest it's going to clear up in the not too distant future. So they have gone for the medium tyre, they're going a little bit more into the race. Dutch and Tico, who start 4th and 5th, are on the soft tyre then. There's the predicted strategy. So for the medium tyres, a 2 or a 3 stop being suggested. So who can make their tyres last? Dutch is P4 then, alright, ahead of his title rival Tico. In P5, Evil Chris, good qualifying from him, up in P6 in the lead of the Alfa Romeo, just ahead of Wesker in the Red Bull, and then we've got the same again on the row 4 with CR7 in the second of the Alfa Romeos, and Dylan in the second of the Red Bulls. Callboy rounded out the top 10, and we've got Evil Chris, Wesker and CR7 on the mediums. Dylan's on the soft, so he's going aggressive at the start. Callboy starts on the mediums, P10, and Tom Duval in 11th, also on the medium tyres, as is Dan Morris in the lead of the Racing Points. Adamako down in P13, but he's starting on the soft tyres, so he's going aggressive at the start. Lynx down in P14, he was P2 in qualifying at one point, so he's found himself all the way down in the teens as the race starts, but he's on the medium tyre, so he's going to be going into the race a little bit deeper. Graham starting P15 in the second of the Renaults, also on the medium tyres, and Funky Fox on debut. Medium tyre for him. Lennon in P17, he'll be hoping for a less eventful turn 1 on the medium tyres. Uncle Ben's Rice in the McLaren starts on the medium tyre. Sway all the way down in P19, he too was P2 at one point on the medium tyres. And Funky Chicken starting at the back, he is on the soft tyre, so he's going aggressive at the start.
Oh, I'm excited for this. Always nice to have a start in the rain on dry tyres. Jesus.
Indeed.
What's gonna happen?
And with a full grid as well. We have been blessed this evening. And the drivers then. Grid has formed up. Green light flashes, and here we go.
Red lights are coming. 1, 2, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and the Canadian Grand Prix is gone. Here we go.
It's a good start from Abe Khan, I think.
Oh yeah, very
the
good
track's
start from
greasy.
Abe Khan.
Ox at a good start. Oh, big twitch. Oh, Dutch is caught. Oh, the contact. Oh! Dutch is off. Tico's involved. There's 3 or 4 cars in the background. Tico's got a penalty for that round. Oh, safety car. We've not even got off the line, and a safety car has been called. As Matt Tibos struggled to get off the line, he slithered. Abe Khan got the grip. Ox got around him, and Dutch got caught out. And they all tangled together. I think that might have been, yeah, Evil Chris was caught up in that as well. Dutch is down to P11. He must have some wing damage and all that, surely.
Yeah, must be.
Surely he got.
The end plates are still there.
It looks like he's missing an end plate on the right hand side. Yeah, he's missing. He's got wing damage. So wing damage for Dutch Tricks. He's down in P10. Evil Chris is down to P17. Tico's all the way down to the back, so he got caught in that as well. He too has got wing damage. Dan Morris was caught up in that as well. So several drivers caught out there. So yeah, you've got the great. You can see the cars just slithering off the road as they tried to get the power down.
Too, huh?
So yeah, the wet weather just playing havoc there as the drivers tried to get the power down, and Matt Tibos just had a bit of a moment, and Dutch, who got a better launch, had nowhere to go. He tangled. Tico got involved. Dan Morris got caught up in that as well. Evil Chris, he was unfortunate as well. So Dylan's sped in the pit lane, so he must have got caught up in that as well because he's pitted. So a few drivers races already. Into the pits then comes Dylan Wesker. Sway. Lynx is in as well. Yeah, Dutch is in, Tico's in, Dan Morris is in, Funky Chicken's in as well. It's starting down the back, he's got caught up in some dramas as well. Of course, it's a free pit stop for everybody under safety car, so then as the pit stops shake themselves out, we'll readdress the order. But straight away, that's thrown an absolute cat amongst the pigeons at the very start of the race. Jao Rodriguez in the chat goes CR7, so he's up to 4th. He's up 4 places already. We've got Tom Deval up 6, Adamaco's up 7, Funky Fox is up 9, but it has a penalty. Sway's up 9 as well, Lennon's up 8, Graham's up 7, Uncle Ben's Rice is up 7 as well. And everybody now out of the pits. So here's the running order then as we're behind the safety car on lap 2. Abe Khan now leads the race from Oxox. Matt Tibos survived that contact at the start, he's P3. CR7 now P4, Tom Deval in 5th. Adamaco is 6th, Funky Fox is 7th, Graham is 8th, Lennon 9th, and Sway rounds out the top 10. And Uncle Ben's Rice is P11. They're all the drivers who have not pitted on the end of the first lap after various dramas that have gone on there. Dylan is P12, Dutch is 13th, Lynx is 14th, that's where he started, so he's kind of neither lost nor gained in all that. Callboy's down to P15. Wesker lost out because he had the double stack in the pits, he's 16th. Even Chris, after that great qualifying, caught up in that accident, he's down to 17th, he's down 11. Funky Chicken is 18th. He's still up 2 despite having to pit. Dan Morris down 7 in 19th. And Tico, the big loser, down 15. And he's now plumb last.
Can you believe Lennon is in P9?
I can't believe that Lennon didn't harpoon somebody into turn 1 this week, to be honest. So, well done, Lennon. Progress. His brakes definitely do work. Well done. So then let's have a look at the tyre situation now for those who have stopped. So Dylan's now on the medium tyres, Duttrix is on the hards. So does he think he can go to the end, potentially?
Viber in the chat. Good evening everyone, that was quite something at the start. It was indeed, I must say, Lee.
It was indeed, yeah, what a start. So then Duttrix is on the hard tyres now, interestingly. Lynx is on the mediums, Callboy's on the mediums, Wesker's 2 is on the hards.
Yeah.
Then you've got Evil Chris on the mediums, Funky Chicken on the mediums, then Dan and Tico are on the softs. So they're now going aggressive, so a lot of overtaking to do, so contrasting strategies from the championship protagonists. One's now on the hards and possibly looking to go all the way to the end. Tico is going aggressive. He's on the softs. Now the field is not quite all back together. We've still got Funky Chicken, Dan and Tico slithering round to get onto the back of the train. So we're going to do the full 3 laps under the safety car. No, we're not. We're going racing. So they better hurry up because we're about to go racing. So Ayub Khan will take over as the pace setter. Oxox on his toes, trying to draw up alongside.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Everybody jostling for position. When does he go? He's gone. Everybody, of course, the tyres are not going to go to temperature yet, so they're going to have to be a little bit careful.
Jeez, what a start.
He had a good launch. So look in the background, anybody looking to make a move? Possibly Adamaco on Tom Deval. He's had a good run, but not quite close enough. We've got a yellow flag in the background.
Already?
Uncle Ben's Rice seems to be plummeting down the other side by side with Callboy, in fact.
Whisker.
And what about those two on the soft tyres? Dan Morris looking to make a move on Funky Chicken.
Evil Chris also on the inside. No.
Dan down the inside. Dan gets the move done, so 1 position made. Yeah, Funky Chicken so close to the wall. Evil Chris looking to make a move on Wesker. He's down the inside. Looking to come side by side. Now who's got the most traction? Should be Evil Chris on those medium tyres. Lennon and Sway have swapped positions, so Sway up another position. And Wesker's managed to hold off Evil Chris for now. Tico's got the move done on Funky Chicken, so he's up to 19th. Oxox now on the back of Ayub Khan, so despite that good launch. Oh, big twitch from the race leader. And Ox, what's going on? Yeah, Oxus has got the run. And sweeps by into the lead. Just Ayub Khan's showing alongside. He's going to try and break late now, he's going to tuck in. Sway making a move on Graham, so Sway's getting the moves done. He's now up to 8th. The background, Dylan making a move on Lennon as well. Oh, Sway's picked up a penalty. Here comes Links on Dutch into turn 1. Not quite. Oh, Dutch has gone straight on. No, he's managed to haul it back in there. He went very deep into turn 1. Links trying to go around the outside. Dutch has fended him off for now, but on those hard tyres. Oh, Links around the outside. He's got ahead. Dutch has to let him go. So Links up to P12. Evil Chris gets ahead of Wesker. Further back as well. Position changes all over. Wesker's cut the grass. Oh, change for P2. Ox has now got the afterburners on. Is pulling away. Matt Tibos up to P2. Khan now starting to just slip back a little bit here, and here comes CR7. He will be one to watch in the dry, and after this race fully dries up, I expect him to fly because he's been doing very quick lap times. Graham up to P9 then. Yeah, good run there. So does Abe Khan have maybe a slightly too wet setup perhaps? Seems to be struggling. Get those tyres switched on. Now we've got Dylan's gone past Graham down the back straight. Moved on for Dylan. He's now up to P9. That's Ox sets the fastest lap of the race. He's opened up a 1.4 second lead on that lap as well. That's Dutch getting on now. Dutch is under pressure from Corboy, who's on medium tyres as well. Now he's not letting Links get away, so you can still see it raining. And I think that's probably the problem for the hard tyres. It's cold track, a bit slick. It's going to be hard to switch those hard tyres on for a couple of laps, so perhaps the hard tyres were a brave call. Oh, he's wide. Oh, just out of the wall. Dutch Tricks looks to be on the limit of adhesion. TK now up to P18, a little bit further back.
You got Chris 3-second penalties also?
Yeah, he's just picked that up there at the first part of the chicane. TK now right on the back of Wesker. These two of course came to blows last week. So Links disposes Lennon, so Lennon just starting to slip backwards here a little bit. And now Wesker with a penalty as well. The penalty's now starting to rack up thick and fast.
Oh, is there going to be a move with Tom? Tom and TMC in a big fight there. Oh yeah, look at that. Tom making the move on CR7.
Yeah, round the outside. Gets the move done. No DRS yet because it's still too wet. Going to the game, CR7 has got right back under the slip of the rear wing though. It comes here re-overtake into turn 1, but no, Tom Duval's hold him off. So Tom does do very well in these kind of conditions. So Links now sets the fastest lap. So Links then, who's just made a move on Graham, so Links into the top 10. So one Renault going forward, one Renault going backwards. Tico getting the move done on Wesker further back. He's now up to 17th. Up front, race leader now 1.9 seconds up the road. Ox is flying. Tillerson through to P2. Abe Khan seems to have stabilised himself in P3 with Tom and CR7 battling behind him. That's just allowed that gap to open up slightly. Adamako also buying into this on those soft tyres. He's the first car on track on the soft tyre. He started on, oh, Funky Fox coming in hot there, but gets it stopped. Sway tucked behind him. Dylan trying to buy into this as well. Link's trying to close that gap. Dutch in a little bit of no man's land at the minute, though Callboy still looking interested. He's not far away. In fact, I think DRS is actually active.
Yeah, it is active.
Callboy using it to pull into the back. Oh, Lennon's picked up a penalty. Dutch had a good run there, and Emco Ben's Rice now looking at Callboy. Had a good run. Links again sets the fastest lap. So it's been traded between the McLaren and the Racing Point at the moment. Ox sets the fastest lap. Links then beats it 2 laps in a row. And Ayob Khan has just started to close back in on Matt Tibos. So I think Matt Tibos has possibly had a little error somewhere because that gap has opened up to 2.6.
Emco Ben's right, 3-second penalty.
Emco Ben's Rice, so that's now. Well, we've got 7 drivers with penalty. Wesker, Evil Chris, Uncle Ben's Rice, Lennon, Dylan Sway and Funky Fox with the penalties. CR7 now back on the tail of Tom Duval, who's trying to catch the...
Evil Chris 3 seconds.
So another penalty. Nearly then onto the back straight, so Tom Duval might be a bit of a sitting duck here. Oh, Funky Chicken's got one now on as well. Here comes CR7, DRS is open. It's going to be a fairly easy overtake as CR7 go back up to P4. However, will he get the DRS again? He will indeed, so double DRS for CR7. And in the background, Adamako is under pressure from Sway.
13.9 again.
So Dylan now with the fastest lap. Dan Morris gets a penalty. I thought it was about to be another fastest lap. The lap times starting to tumble. Fox's lead is 2 seconds over Matt Tibbles, and Matt Tibbles has just pulled that back by about half a second. Just managed to put a couple of tenths back into Abe Khan as well, so he's not in DRS range. One person who is Sway, who is now right on the back of Adamako. Adamako's gone defensive. Well, those soft tyres starting to go off. Goes back over though, defensive position for now. Nice 4-car train here with Funky Fox and Dylan in this as well. And Lynx is also closing that gap down rapidly. A little bit further back, we've got another train going on. Graham at the head of it. Then you've got Dutch, you've got Callboy, you've got Uncle Ben's Rise, you've got Evil Chris, you've got Tico, you've got Wesker, you've got Dan Morris in this train as well. Graham now trying to...
yeah, he's going to make the move on the inside Sway. Oh, yeah, perfect. Oh.
Adamako into the pits, so Adamako's tyres are done. Dylan picks up a penalty then, so the soft tyres are possibly now done, so are we going to start seeing those guys...
112 too. Sway getting a message from Jeff in the pit saying that the pit window is open for him.
CR7 now, having dispatched of Tom Duval, is latched onto the back of Abe Khan in no time at all. Now in DRS range of the car in P3. He's going to start making a charge. Lead is 2.4 for Oxox. He continues to run his own race. Not under any immediate pressure. We want to keep that gap as big as possible. Now, are we going to do a medium hard stint, or are we going to do the 2-stopper perhaps? We shall see.
I think it's a 2-stopper.
CR7 then in the DRS range of Abe Khan. Onto the back straight. Yeah. Abe Khan not using his ERS, and this will be an easy overtake then for CR7.
Oxox with a
penalty. So the race leader has picked up his first penalty of the evening. Dutch has made the move on Graham, so I think the track is starting to come to Dutch Tricks. He's just made a move on Graham. Tico's only up to P16, and bearing in mind that Adamako pitted already off of those of his soft tyres.
Funky Chicken 3-second penalty.
I'm going to worry how quickly those softs on Tico and Dan Morris are going to last, because they've not really made the progress you would have hoped for the soft tyre.
I think Oxox lost a little piece of his wing.
Ooh.
Yeah, the right side.
And that might be why that gap has suddenly come down to 1.6. Now you can, to a point, get away with some wing damage around here. A lot of the corners are quite slow, but yeah, that was going to hinder him, so that will probably drop him out of the race lead.
He's going to have to box now.
And CR7 is also now in DRS range of Matt Tibbles. So CR7 has suddenly got the hammer down. Oh, he's not got DRS this lap, in fact, so he missed the detection point. Oxox is going to carry on though. He can try and persist as long as he can. Lynx is now up to P8.
Yeah, 3 seconds.
Oh, Abe Khan's now got a penalty as well. So easy to do around here. This race could well come down to penalties. And Funky Fox, having been passed by Lynx, is now going to try and come back at him. Both of them with with DRS. But no, Lynx has got the move done. He's now up to P8. So Lynx on the move. Dutch is now up to P10. He's just dispossessed Lennon. Another bit of a moment there around turn 2. A bit of a cue for... Oh, in the background, who is that? That is Uncle Ben's Rice and Evil Chris going side by side. Evil Chris gets the move done. TK now onto the back of him, but those soft tyres can't be far done. The lead is now just 1 second. And he's bringing CR7 and Abe Khan with him. Sway has dispossessed Tom Duval of P5, but Tom and Dylan and Lynx and Funky Fox very much in a train. CR7 for P2. into the final chicane. Gets the move done. In comes Matt Tibos as well. So the first two are in. CR7 takes over the lead, and Oxox is going to need a wing change here, so he will probably drop back.
5-second penalty for Oxox for driving too fast in the pit lane.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not what he wanted or needed.
Changing onto the hards.
Going to the end then. Oh, yeah. CR7 just brushed the wall.
Oh, I saw a spin there. Somebody spin around.
Who was that? It's Uncle Ben's. Oh, it's Uncle Ben's Rice. He's gone for turn 2. Claramano gets going again behind his teammate, Funky Chicken. And we've got now a battle of the Funkies. Funky Chicken in P19, Funky Fox in P20. The rules of engagement between these two are whoever wins in the battle gets to keep the funky part of their name.
Copy that.
Wesker with a penalty then for multiple warnings. CR7 is your race leader and currently has no penalties to his name. Adamako has just dispossessed Wesker of P15. CR7 going around again, as is Abe Khan. As is Sway, into the pits comes Tom DeValdo.
We are at lap 14. We have 61 seconds penalty.
There's a lot of penalties racked up already. Now Dan Morris is ahead of Tico. Down in P13, I've just noticed.
Come on, Dan.
Well, Dan, who's made the step up from Div 2 for the rest of the season. And he's got ahead of his fellow shod soft tyre runner, Tico, so who was behind him. Oh, Tico's had a big slide there. Those tyres are pretty much cooked, I think. Dutch Tricks has made his way back up to P6. And all this.
12 seconds. They must be going in.
Yeah, they look. Oh, Tico with another slide there. Those tyres look absolutely done. Here comes Adamako. And this looks like a fairly easy overtake. Just going to have so much more grip. Gets the move done. Up into P13. Tico just slipping backwards now. The tyres are done. Here comes Oxox as well.
Chris making a move on Gran on the outside. Can be a tight one.
Tico pulls over. He's not going to fight this at the moment. He's going into the pits. Into the pits then comes CR7. Race leader is in.
leading again.
Into the lead of the race. Matt Tibos takes the fastest lap of the race meanwhile.
Big slide over here.
So the Ferrari man leads the race again. Oh, we've got yellow flag in sector 1. What? Who or what is that?
The Mako? No.
No, it is Link. Oh, it's Lynx. Lynx has been off. So Lynx was just pitted. Or was it him? Maybe not. He just pitted. Maybe he just went a little bit wide there. He's got Funky Fox now all over the back of him. Looking down the inside. Funky Fox gets the move. Lynx gives in the room. Move done. Dan Morris carried on, I've just noticed. But Tico pitted. And Dan Morris carried on for another lap on those very old soft tyres. Our Oxox has got another warning. Starting to rack those up now. CR7 on Graham. Down the back straight. Graham defends the inside with the DRS. It should be an easy move. Yeah, he's got it done. Into the pits then comes Lennon. Look at this battle ahead there. Matt Tibos. Evil Chris. Oh, and Lynx has picked up a speeding penalty as well, so his race has just fallen apart a little bit in the last couple of laps. He's had enough, he's pitted. And now he's sped in the pit lane as well as a 5-second penalty. Strategy's playing out. I have absolutely no. Oh, Matt Tibos is wide. Oh, sorry, Sway was wide there coming out the chicane. Heading to the wall, but got it turned. He chases Dylan. Abe Khan continues to lead. 15 laps.
Dutch Tricks can make a great
Dutch Tricks in P4, and he can probably go to the end on those tyres. I've imagined the hards will last. They might not be very nice at the end of the race, but if he can make them last, he's in a very strong position behind him. Look at this train coming. You've got Cowboy Matt Tibos now right on the back of him. with DRS. You think this is going to be an easy overtake behind them. Evil Chris and CR7 about to do battle as well. CR7 to the inside. Callboy pits. Yep, the Alfa Romeo swap positions as Callboy bails out into the pits. He wants no part of that.
No part of that.
Dan Morris in as well, finally getting off those soft tyres. 14 laps on those soft tyres. That's a very impressive stint from Dan. They can't have been very nice at the end of that stint. So, what do we think then? I think the top three are going to have to pit again. Well, obviously, Aebcar hasn't even pitted yet.
100%. But are they going to go for mediums again? Well, softs at the end?
So I think the top three are going to pit, which would then put, technically, Dutch Strix is the net race leader here. Now, it's the question of if he can make it to the end on those tyres. However, behind him, you've got Matt Tibos on fresh mediums, who probably can get to the end. Yep, and CR7, so that could possibly be the top three.
Let me check the curve of the penalty. Penalty curves for first, Mr. Tibos. An awesome good insiders. Always get it more exciting.
Into the pits then, come Ayub Khan. Sway is in as well, and Dutch is pitted. So Dutch does not want any more on time on those hard tyres, medium tyres going on, so he's now going to be going to the end. And away he goes. So, more twists and this drama of a race.
Tibos, do you want to know?
Yeah, let's do it.
2 warnings.
2 warnings, so he's on the cusp, fastest lap for Lennon, and Callboy picks up a penalty. So Dylan now leads the race. So Dylan leads the race. And the question is, can Matt Tibos' tyres get to the end? That's my question. He's on 5 laps. We're on lap 18 of 35, so we've got 17 to go. Is 22 laps too much for the medium tyres? Maybe. We've got people doing 16 though, so we've got people on 16 lap old tyres at the moment, so maybe not. Maybe not. They might not be very nice at the end, and the man to watch is the one behind him. I think CR7, who's on the hards. Oh, yellow flag.
Sector 3 yellow flag.
It is Funky Chicken. I think it's Funky Chicken. Yep, he's facing the wrong way. So, no line, no assists. Not quite working out for him at the moment. He gets himself corrected out, and away he goes. Links goes through. That's Uncle Ben's rice. So, running order then on lap 19. Dylan in the Red Bull is your race leader. However, he needs a pit stop soon, you would imagine.
100%.
He, of course, pitted on the opening lap. Tico now picks up a penalty. So Tico and Dutch are currently running P10 and P12. Callboy in between them, who is on fresh soft tyres. Now you imagine they're not going to go to the end, so he's probably due a pit stop.
CR7 and Matt Tibos looking really good. No penalties.
Yep, looking very good really at the moment. Drivers. They are just closing in on Dylan now. That gap is coming down quite quickly. I imagine Dylan is probably going to be bailing out soon. He probably, now having started, obviously pitted once already, so he can probably
he's going in.
Change tyres. Yeah, in comes the race leader. Now we have seen people do 14 laps on the soft tyres. Can they do 16 to the end? Perhaps.
Oh, Dylan's going to wait in the pits.
He must have had a penalty. Yeah, he must have had a penalty. Oh, he picked up a speeding penalty, didn't he, the first time? So away he goes. Where is he going to feed back out? Tico coming through.
Nice little battle from there.
There goes Dutch. Where is Dylan going to feed out into this battle? The answer is just ahead of Lennon and just behind Tico. So he is out in P11. Back on the medium tyre though, so he can now go to the end. Chris is in the pits as well. So current running order. Matt Tibos is your race leader by 0.8 of a second, though, from CR7. Oh, Eb Khan's picked up another penalty. Tondeval in third, looking good as well. He's got Sway closing down on him, but Sway on the soft tyre. You think he's going to have to pit again. Tondeval locks a brake into the hairpin, runs a little bit deep, takes Sway with him. Another Sway is right in DRS range as they head onto the back straight, and Ayub Khan not far behind either. This should be a fairly easy pass for Sway. DRS pops open. And up to P3 he goes. Tom swaps back to the inside. But that is position gained, and he'll get the DRS again down the start-finish straight to pull away from the Renault. However, he's going to have to pit again for the end of the race. Those tyres I do not think will make it to the flag, unless he can do some biblical tyre saving between now and the end of the race. We've got a bit of a train going on here behind Funky Fox. We've got Adamako and Dutch Tricks. Dutch is now on a fairly competitive tyre compound, so what can he do? He's on the back of Adamako, whose tyres are 11 laps old, so he's probably due another pit stop.
Yeah.
Oh, looks to the inside.
In the DRS range.
Chris with another penalty. Around the hairpin, there you go. In the background, we've also got Cowboy, got Tico, and the recovering Dylan. And Lennon not far behind either.
The exit he's gonna make it. He's gonna make a move on Matibos on the inside. On the inside, there he's making a move.
Change for the race lead then.
Matibos looking for a cutback. No.
Parks on the apex, and that is the lead of the race for CR7. Is he going to make it 2 in 2? Well, he's now in prime position to do so. What can Matt Tibos do? His tyres are 2 laps older, and they are on a softer compound. This is change for P6 as Adamako has gone past Funky Fox. So Dutch Tricks was on the attack. Oh, what a penalty for Dutch Tricks.
Jesus.
Oh, Oxox is gone.
So that's happening.
Oh, he's in the pits. He's in the pits. Oxox's race is run, unfortunately. What a shame. He was having an outstanding start.
Oh, Jesus,
but that wing damage and then the subsequent penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Fox trying to come back at Adamako. Benza Rice, his teammate, racks up another penalty meanwhile. Abe Carr now on the back of Tom Duval. He's within DRS range now. Meanwhile, Adamako, you feel there's going to be a bit of a sitting duck here. Here comes Funky Fox, DRS pops open. And the sun is now on the track, so yeah, I think the chance of rain is gone. And we've got yellow flag sector 2. What is that? That's Uncle Ben's Rice has gone round as Dutch gets the move done on Funky Fox. Both of them have got DRS now though. Dutch is now having to defend. Funky Fox going to run into turn 1. The answer is no, so Dutch is up to P7. Tico and Dylan have now both cleared Cowboy, so Tico now up to P9. Got Cowboy, Lennon and Graham all on soft tyres. So these 3 should be flying, although those tyres probably don't have too many more laps in them. Oh, and Uncle Ben's Rice is gone. He's in the pits as well, so both McLarens retiring with a lap of each other. Unfortunately not their day today. They are out there. Matt Tibos in the slipstream of the race leader. Not close enough to make a move. Neither of these two have penalties either, so these two doing outstanding. Down the back straight with the DRS. It's an easy overtake, and he is now P6. Trying to come back at him. Funky Fox and now Tico starting to close in, bringing Dylan with him. So into the pits has come Cowboy. He's getting off of those soft tyres. He's going on to his set of mediums to finish the race. The other 2 guys on the soft tyres, or 2 of the guys on the soft tyres, Lennon and Graham, they are carrying on. Also got Sway up in P3 at the moment, also on the soft tyres, but he'll be stopping before the end of the race, you would imagine. Oh, Matt Tibos has a penalty. So those 2 warnings have become 3, and Matt Tibos now.
I'm going to check for the curves again.
As again, CR7 continues to lead. The gap is just half a second though, so Matt Tibos could strike here. You can see him hanging out the slipstream there, just trying to save his tyres a little bit. Not thinking about a move at the moment. What he needs to do now is really pressure a mistake from the race leader. Second Williams, you can see in the background then, Sway on those soft tyres, making good use of them. Trying to close in on this battle for the lead. Now the Williams boys going to start ganging up on the Alfa Romeo as into the pits. I think no, it's Graham and Lennon swapping places.
This is interesting.
Go on. So he's on the cusp as well. He has track position though. He has fresher tyres and he has more durable tyres. So he's in a very good place at the moment. And now the battle for P4 is on as well between Tom Duval and Ayub Khan. And of course, who led the race at the start. They're getting a great launch off the line. Jump Matt Tibos. These two have got a flying Dutchman behind them, namely Dutch Tricks, who is trying to close in on these two battling. And then look at this trade behind him. Adamako, Funky Fox, Tico and Dylan. No tail around the hairpin. Adamako doing an outstanding job to try and hold these lot off, but he's on the overtake, trying to pull away as much as he can do. Meanwhile, Tico and Funky Fox, sorry, and Funky. Tico makes the move on his teammate. Walks away into the final chicane, gets it stopped. And now gets the DRS again into the pits as comes Sway. Tico to the inside of Adamako into turn 1. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Adamako's going to hold him off. Tico's going to try and run around the outside. Funky Fox trying to buy back into this. Adamako, they're doing an outstanding job of defending his place. Oh, was there a touch there? Tico's through. And now Funky Fox down the inside as well. Adamako gives him the room. Holds on. Dylan's trying to buy into this as well now. Now Dylan at the inside of Funky Fox. They're now side by side down the DRS straight. And Dylan gets the move done. Has the inside, so great opportunity, great battling between these four.
What a move, Dylan.
He's changing as well. Tico's Sway has just gone past Dan Morris. The Sway back out on the soft tyres to the end of the race now. Can he do anything about trying to close that gap? It's 9 seconds. It's a big gap, but they're battling ahead of him. Eb Khan has made the move for P3. So he's now on to the podium, but he does have a couple of penalties. Tom Duval is in the pits. So he's going to come onto the soft tyres then for the end of the race. So, yeah, how many stops have people done? Let's look. So, race leading 3 have done 1 stop. You've got Dutch on 2, Tico on 2. Adamako on 1, Dylan on 2. Tom Duval is now on 2. 3 stoppers there, so yeah, the 2 stopper seems to be the way to go.
Little touch from Dylan into Adam.
Funky Fox has pitted as well, so he's left that battle and has come back out between Wesker and Lynx, who are on sort of fairly used medium tyres. He's now on fresh softs. He's already up the inside of Wesker. Wesker tries to go for the apex, but he finds an Alpha Tauri there. And that has moved on Funky Fox. He's back up to P12. Race leader is still just a little over half a second, although into the pits comes Matt Tibos. So Matt can't get to the end on those medium tyres. He's going in for the fresh soft tyres. Khan comes through. He takes back over P2. He's got Dutch Tricks closing him down. So Dutch Tricks is now putting himself in a very strong position here.
Adam in the pits.
Adam as well, yeah, those medium tyres. Served him well, 17 laps. So the order shuffles again. And CR7 now leads by 10 seconds. And you think that those hard tyres are going to be okay. He's going to be difficult to beat. The battle is on for P2 though. Khan.
Can he catch up with everyone? Can he make up 4 seconds on Tico?
Oh, he's out on P6. He's right behind Dylan. The gap to Tico is, it's only a second to Tico. The gap between Tico and Dutch is 4 seconds.
7 laps, he can make those fresh shots. He's got the pace.
I mean, Dutch's tyres are 10 laps old, yes. They'll be rapid, will he? Not Tibos then.
Dutch is really fast then.
Dutch is a quick boy. So Tico, Dylan and Matt Tibos all in shot. We've got a yellow flag. Oh, virtual safety car. Callboy's out. He has crashed there, coming out. He's on the DRS straight by the look of it. So Ebcon pits from P2. Is Dutch is in as well. He is in. Tico goes through. Dylan goes through. Matt Tibos goes through, so Matt Tibos now very much looking like he could get a podium here. Now, championship ramifications. Tico now P2, but on 14 lap old mediums. We've got 6 laps to go, so they're going to have to go 20 laps. And those tyres, can he get them to the end? Oh no, Viva Chris has got a drive through for speeding under VSC. So a promising race for him has all gone wrong, unfortunately. Dutch has come out in P9. He's behind Tom Duval, who's on fresh tyres. Dan Morris is going to be a bit of a sitting duck on those 12 lap old mediums. He's already got Tom Duval on the back of him.
And Tom Duval without penalties.
Yeah, Tom again. Great. Tom and Graham, both Renault drivers, no penalties. Those two are the cleanest drivers in terms of penalty avoidance. And CR7 still without penalty, leads by 13 seconds. We've got Dylan now on the back of Tico. Here comes Matt Tibos. Oh, they're going to go 3-1 to the far chicane. They all drop back in again. Tom Duval gets the move done on Dan. Further back. Down the DRS, we've got another yellow flag.
Yeah, that's, I think, Funky Chicken.
Funky Chicken, get out of the way, is it? Yeah. Sort of guy in the background there. And Lynx gets the move done on Wesker, Adamako, and into the pits has come. Oh, Adamako's in the pits. What's happened here? Oh, they're doing drive-throughs. Has he got a drive-through as well? No, he's in the pits. Oh, he's got wing damage. Adamako unfortunately has caught the wall somewhere. He pits. Either Chris pits as well to serve his drive-through. So on lap 30 or 35, CR7 leads by 13 seconds. He is just cruising, managing his tyres.
Oh, it's going on the inside. Move from Matt Tibos on the inside.
Matt Tibos down the inside at the hairpin. Gets the move done. He's got so much more grip. And onto the podium he goes. And now we've got Tico, who's fairly a sitting duck here. He's just got so much more grip to the inside with the DRS. Gets the move done in the straight line. Now can Tico hold on to P3? He's got Dylan right behind him. Dylan will have DRS though as well. Here he comes. Switch to the inside. Can he get the move done to turn 1? He can, and onto the podium he goes. Tico down to 4th. Abe Khan sets the fastest lap. Him and Sway have both pitted. They're now charging after Tico. The gap is 5 seconds. And we've got 5 laps to go. Funky Fox has just... Dutch is in the pits again. What's happened to Dutch?
Was it not like a drive-through or something?
He's got a drive-through. He had a drive-through, yeah. So Dutch Tricks picks up a drive-through for the second week in a row. And he's now down to 13th. And, well, we thought last week had some drama with Dutch just getting a drive-through and thought that Tico was going to win it. Then the rain came and Dutch beat Tico on track. Now the gap has happened again. And Dutch is down to 13th. Now he's got Wesker ahead of him, who's on 18 lap old medium tyres. That should be a fairly easy place to take. Graham has just passed Lynx, meanwhile for P10. Fresh tyres, so it's coming back to the drivers now. We're on the softs. Matt Tibos into P2, trying to chip away the...
3 seconds!
Oh, Dylan's got a penalty. How many penalties does he have? Because I think he had one already.
6.
He's got 6 seconds now. And Tico's on the 1, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gap behind them is now back to Ayub Khan, and that's now just 3.7 seconds. So those soft tyre runners, Ayub Khan, Sway, on their way. Tom and Dan are battling. Tom has got the move done, and Dan's staying with him though. It doesn't in P8. Dutch Tricks has just passed Wesker. It's fresh tyres. Wesker's very old medium tyres. Are they going to get to the end is the question. And now he's right onto the back of Lynx, whose tyres are also well past their best. He's just got so much more grip. Dutch up to P11 in no time at all. Now Graham is on reasonably fresh softs. Oh, we've got another yellow flag. In sector 2, it's Funky Chicken again. Probably just getting out of the way of the cars coming through. Adamako getting a move done on Evil Chris, who's in the pits, in fact. So unlucky, I know. Chris is out, so he's out ahead of Adamako, in fact. He now picks up a penalty as well, but the gap for the lead is 10 seconds. It's coming down. Dutch has passed Graham, meanwhile, into the chicane. Abe Khan is absolutely flying now. Gap to Tico is 2.4. He's dropped Sway. I feel his order could mix up by the time they cross the line. There's going to be a lot of penalties applied. Dutch Tricks now takes the fastest lap at 10.0. Dan is doing a great job here of staying onto the back of Tom Duval despite those tyres being 16 lap old. As Adamako has passed Evil Chris.
He got 115 seconds penalty.
Oh wow, that's almost as much as you got that time you got disqualified, Max.
That is correct.
Well, based on the 21 seconds I racked up last week, I could very well be me this week.
I thought the 2 was bad, but 115 in the 1, Jesus.
Yeah, Adamako has just taken the fastest lap of the 109.
Evil Chris, oh no, 3-second penalty for Evil Chris.
Evil Chris is racking them up as well.
Evil Chris, 27 seconds penalty.
Oh, he's on the cusp now. Evil Chris has got one penalty away from being disqualified.
Black flag, black flag.
He's on the cusp. Dan Morris just towing himself around on the back of Tom Duval at the moment.
Oh, Evil Chris got disqualified! He got disqualified!
Yeah, I have a feeling it's probably been a deliberate move there. Abe Carr, meanwhile, is on the back of Tico. Oh, yellow flag sector 2, that'll be the car retiring. So, what a shame for Evil Chris after that great qualifying effort. Contact and that accident on lap 1 where everybody tangled up with each other. Abe Khan then on the back of Tico. He's got a lot more. Oh, into the back of it with the hairpin. Gives him a nudge. 19 lap old medias Tico's tyres. 19 laps old. They're going to be crying out. But if he can hang on, even if it's P4. And of course, Abe Khan has a penalty, or more penalties than Tico. So if Tico can just stay with him for one more lap. Abe Khan just weaving as an apology for that bump at the hairpin. But no troubles for this man. On screen now, CR7 has been absolutely outstanding in this one. No penalties to his name. Tom Duval's got one now, so just 2 drivers with no penalties, and the race leader is one of them. He is 9 seconds ahead of Matt Tibos, whose tyres have probably just lost their edge now. It's been a great fight back from him though. He will get P2, all being well. Around at the hairpin he goes. We've got Dan Morris still on the back of Tom Duval. Might have fancied a go on the last lap, you know. He stayed with him. But no troubles for this man. Just 2 corners to go. As Abe Khan goes past Dylan for 3rd. Oh, they're side by side. We'll watch CR7 cross the line. It's 2 in 2 for CR7. What a drive from him. He wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Meanwhile, further back, Abe Khan's got the move done for 3rd.
Yeah, but he's going to give it back on penalties.
Matt Tibot crosses the line. Abe Khan is going to cross the line in 3rd. But he's demoted to 4th. Oh, Tico gets 3rd. So Tico gets 3rd. Dylan is 4th, Abe Khan 5th, Sway's going to come home P6, Tom Duval crosses the line in 7th, just ahead of Dan Morris. Held him off at the flag. Here comes Dutch Tricks, P9. Monkey Fox, P10 on his debut, but Graham jumps him. So again, Graham, with the benefit of no penalties. Lynx P12, Lennon P13, Wesker comes home 14th, Adamako will be the last one to cross the line. Down in P15, not his day today, unfortunately. But with Wesker just a point ahead of him and Lynx just a couple of places ahead, that battle for P3 will go on. And there we have it then. That had wet qualifying, wet race, contact at the start, safety car on lap 1, penalties galore. And one man is unfritted by all of it, and that is CR7, who takes his 2nd win in a row. He's been threatening it for so long, and now he's like buses, they're all coming at once. So it's 2 in 2 for CR7. Matt Tibos a brilliant P2, and Tico salvages a P3 after being dead last on lap 1. We saw last week Tom Duval get a podium from being off the track, damage backwards at turn 1. This week it's Tico. And he salvages P3. What a great effort for him with Dutch Tricks down in P9. Tico has managed to just claw some points away from Dutch Tricks. One could very easily have gone away from him. Indeed. So CR7 is the winner. Matt Tiros is second and Tico third. Dylan, a great effort from him. P4 at the flag. Abe Khan, he got through to second on the track at the end. Sorry, third of the track at the end, but the penalty just dropped him down to P5. Sway from 19th on the grid comes home P6. What a drive from him. Tom Duval is 7th, just held of Dan Morris there. Great drive from Dan on those very, very old medium tyres at the end of Dutch Tricks in P9 and Graham P10. And then Funky Fox on Davey P11 with Lynx, Lennon, Wesker, Adamako and Funky Chicken rounding out the finishers with Callboy, Uncle Ben's Rice, Ox Hawks the retirements, and Evil Chris racks up one too many penalties, unfortunately. Could have been a great race for him. That great qualifying just unravelled for him, unfortunately, and he was disqualified in that one. So that is that. How was that one, Max?
Jesus, what a
I got absolutely none of the podium, right?
Me neither. I got Tico, but on the wrong side of the podium.
You got Tico, yes. So there you go then. Well, we get to do this all again tomorrow. It is Div 2 at Canada as well, so let's see how many penalties we can rack up tomorrow. How are you feeling about Canada tomorrow, Max?
No comment.
No comment. That bad, eh?
Yeah, I just need to practice it, so I just have to get a few laps in. I take it as it is, no expectations, and we'll see what happens. Yeah,
well, we'll see how we get on tomorrow then. And then that is the end of the F1 fraction, but we have got the GT Sport back on Thursday. It is week 4 of season 13, and this week it is McLaren's at Sardinia B. So the McLaren Group 4 and Group 3 650S tackling the Sardinia B circuit. It's a fun track, it's a fun car, so should be some good racing. And then we also have a special event on Friday for GT Sport as well, the GTI Vision car, the VW car from Gran Turismo. Some races, so if you are interested in taking part in that, please do get in touch. I think there are spaces available. I will give you some details, but if you're interested, speak to myself or message FTRL on Twitter if you are interested.
I'll message you.
Okay, we'll speak after.
No
and then that is that. Also, if you do have a bit of time to yourself, please do go back and watch last night's FTRL ACC race from Paul Ricard. It was actually, I know the track is a bit of a car park, but actually it was a really good race. Lots of great battles.
A really nice race.
A penultimate lap overtake for the win. Some drama as well. It had a bit of everything, but no rain.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. It threatened rain, but no rain. So yeah, but that is it from myself and from Max. Thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't already liked the stream, before you leave, please do so. That helps us out lots and lots. And do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we have lots and lots of great content coming your way. But yeah, that's the end of the coverage for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again tomorrow for Div 2 action. For now, goodbye.